Hey guys, what's going on? Had some questions around what should my bow look like when I switch over from Wintertide Brand to Death Oath, or what should my quiver look like? Should I wait till I get all 6 sockets, or 5 sockets, or 4 sockets? Like when do I know when to switch over? So I would say in my previous videos, like I said, at least level 80, 85. One, you want to farm up some currency because you're not going to be able to buy the items right away. So that will help you level up and get the passives that make the build even a little better when you do switch over. But I would say at least 80, 85 at the earliest if you know what you're doing. Definitely 85 if you're new to the build, never played it before, and or just new to Path of Exile in general. So what should your stuff look like? And to simulate that, I have unspec'd a lot of my points. So I am level 94, but technically I'm level 86 because I'm not going to use 8 of the points. I have removed all of the cluster jewels. I have removed the Glorious Vanity. I have removed the Transcendent Mind, Jewel, all the stuff that would make me, strong. The one thing I did leave in are just the regular jewels, like for instance, chaos damage over time multiplier, chaos damage, and area damage. Just look for jewels that have 2 of those mods at the very beginning. You don't need all 3. You might find some for cheap. Some people just kind of throw them in dump tabs for 5 to 10 chaos. Just snag them if they're cheap. The 3 mod ones get kind of expensive later on, and with not a lot of people playing bow stuff or chaos damage, at least that I'm aware of, I've been kind of in my own silo making all these videos and guides and whatnot. So I'm not really sure what's happening outside of like the meta, but I don't think bows or chaos damage is like a big thing right now. So hopefully we can get all these really cheap. But yeah, I'm basically back at the starter tree that I have in the POB, and what I'm going to do is take just all regular gems. I didn't feel like starting with all level ones because in reality you'll probably be like the gems will be like 16, 17, 18, right? When you're starting to switch over. So one's 19, 20, 20. One's level 3 just because I didn't have any other ones. So Caustic Arrow is 20. I would prefer to, see if you can get a Val Caustic Arrow, just Val it yourself, or um, you can buy one if you want, but you can just Val Orb them. Get 6 or 7 of them, put Vals on them all if you have some Vals, and then hopefully one of them will go Val Caustic Arrow for you. But yeah, that's what I'm putting. We're not going to have Empower, so you do Conk Effect, Efficacy, Swift, Business Projectiles, your Val Caustic Arrow, and Void. We're going to throw that in here, but first, before we do that, you're going to look for the Shrieking Essences of Dread. Why are we doing that? Because it gives you +2 level of socketed bow gems. So when we're starting off with our bow, we do not really care what mods are on there besides basically 2. And one of those is going to be plus level of socketed bow gems, and the other one is going to be damage over time multiplier. So normally you would have this from Betrayal, but because they're removing and reworking Betrayal, and these are going to be found throughout endgame mapping, I'm not sure when you're going to be able to get this. So just for this demonstration, I'm just going to put increased damage over time. It's not as much damage, but it's good enough, right, for the example. So first of all, let's go ahead and slam this. I have 5 here. You can just do a 1 and done, because all we really need is the +2 level socketed bow gems. However, if you have a stack of 5 or 10, or you've been farming essences, you want to get damage over time, any sort of it, in the level of socketed bow gems. So we'll just use all 5 here, see if we get lucky. No, okay, we didn't. So we just want to make sure we have an open prefix. Let's see, prefix, we do not, so now we have to annul. Hopefully we don't annul the plus to socketed bow. And we did. All right, whatever, you know what? I don't even care. We don't even care. We're gonna show you what the ultra bad bow looks like. I don't think, not one of these modifiers on here helps us. So just to go to prove my point even more that you don't really care too much about the bow. And I have a 5 socket Death's Oath. So if these should be fairly cheap too, maybe they get a little bump because of the patch notes change. So they might be like 10, 20 chaos. They're never more than 10 or 20 chaos. At least when I've bought them in previous leagues, so we'll see. Just go for at least a 4 or 5 socket. I would suggest a 5 socket if you can. And once you have a 5 socket, just buy another one and then try to craft the 6 socket on that one so you don't brick it. But the 5 that you would need is Efficacy, Restoration, Life Tap, Swift Affliction, and Void. If you want to run with it with a 4, I would at least have 2 red and 2 green. You need life tap for the damage, which is nice, and less duration, and swift affliction and void, in my personal opinion there. So yeah, let's just run a map and with absolutely no mods that help our bow and a 5-link Death Oath. So you're probably thinking, oh, he's probably got to run like what, like a T7, a T8? Now we're gonna go straight into T16s because, believe it or not, build can do it with a 5-link and a bow that literally has no mods that helps us. So when you go into this though, Death Oath is not going to be able to kill everything on its own. You will have to, make sure all my things run, you will have to use your Val Caustic Arrow a lot more. As you can see, I mean, I guess it's still doing the job, so there you go. There you go. Actually don't need to use it. You'll have to definitely use it on the rares now, just because we have a bow that's not helping us at all. A level 3 gem in there, and 5-link Death Oath. But if you were worried about the damage at all, saying, hey, do I have to wait until I have everything to run it? Am I going to be able to run T16s right away? Am I going to be able to, run, T10 maps if I switch over early? The answer is yes. You'll be able to run it just fine, as you can see here. And remember, we're getting a 250 damage, like 25% buff on just the Death's Oath alone. So the fact that we're doing this now without the buff is going to be insane. I mean, it's going to be huge. It's like an extra, almost like an extra link based on what we're used to playing it with. So yeah, let's go do a boss just so you can see what the single target is on a bow that literally gives me no mods at all. It is nice that you can kind of get a 6-link fairly cheap on a bow because there are so many div cards out there that give 6-link bows, and yeah, just people just not really wanting to play bow skills, I don't think, this league. So I'm gonna die here. Latch. Val Caustic Arrow. Oh, we died, but yeah, we're still doing some damage. That's mostly because I don't have the Glorious Vanity in, but yeah, I mean, those bosses are kind of annoying anyways. But yeah, hopefully that showed you what it's like. And to be honest, I'm running MF gear on top of that. It's not like I have Chaos damage rings on or anything too. So if I wanted to really show more damage, I could have thrown this belt on that gives me increased Chaos damage. If I wanted to pad my stats, I could have put this Iolite ring on that has increased Chaos damage on it. But I have a blue ring, a Venter's Gamble, and Bisco's Leash. So no damage there. It's literally just kind of all Death Oath. And the quiver only has increased damage with bow skills on it. So it doesn't help Death Oath at all. So yeah, if this doesn't kind of persuade you to say, hey, the build will definitely be playable, then I don't know what will, because we're also getting the buff on top of what I just showed you. So hopefully this showed you some insight and gives you some confidence into playing Death Oath and maybe even switching over earlier than you previously thought you could. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on League Launch.